Which Disney World park has the most character meet and greets?
That's a really good question. I know a lot of people that go to the parks that want to do characters and they want to get all the autographs and the photos and that type of thing. For character meet and greets, I believe, without like getting out my app and counting, that Magic Kingdom probably has the most. I would think Epcot is probably a close second. Thinking about that, I will mention that a lot of the parks have specific characters for that park. And what I mean by that is like you can find like Safari Mickey and Minnie at Animal Kingdom. You can only find Sorcerer Mickey at Hollywood Studios. You can find like your standard Mickey in his like typical outfit with the, the red and black and yellow and all that. At Magic Kingdom. So there's different variations of each character there that I do just want to make sure that people are aware of that, because if you're looking for a certain iconic character, you may have to kind of hunt for them and which park they're at. But I would say, I mean, Disney World has the Fab Five. They have a ton of princesses. Some of these are only at dining too, but like some of them are more than one place. Like you can meet the Pooh Bear friends they have a spot next to the Winnie the Pooh ride, but then they're also in Crystal Palace. Princesses are in the castle, but then also there's Princess Fairy Tale Hall where you can meet them. There are some characters that are staged around as well that are kind of in the app that you just have to hunt for.
Like Buzz Lightyear is over in Tomorrowland.
Stitch is over in Tomorrowland. Yeah. Mirabelle is in that little alcove area as you walk towards, like, if you're looking at the castle on the right-hand side. Whatever, I don't know whatever you want to call that pathway that kind of goes back to Fantasyland-ish, Tomorrowland-ish, kind of bridges the gap between those two.
That's where they used to have Merida.
Yes, yeah. In the spot where they used to have Merida. You can find Fairy Godmother wandering around. You can find Kate's favorite Peter Pan wandering around.
For those people who don't know, Peter Pan, for one reason or another, for one day he kept showing up everywhere I was in the park, and it was very strange. It was like not his usual places. He was like in Liberty Square and stuff, and he just like popped up and was like hanging out. And I'm like, okay,
right, yes,
he was very nice.
Yes. Epcot has Mickey. Mickey has a new meet and greet in Epcot in the new Communicore building. I
saw you did some content on that. That was interesting.
Yeah, it has been Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy, but they say Mickey and his pals, so it could rotate depending on who's in there. And Figment meets over there. So again, more specialized characters kind of there. And then World Showcase does have quite a few characters, dependent on where what country you're in. So, Mulan meets in China. You've got Sleeping Beauty in France. You've also got Belle, I think, is over there sometimes. So different. You've got Mary Poppins and Alice that meet in the UK. So lots of things like that. So that's why I think Epcot may actually have more than, but either way, either Epcot or Magic Kingdom, and I would go where you want to go based on the specific characters you're looking for.
Yeah. And I would say that the number one park in the U.S. to meet characters is Disneyland.
Yes.
Because
Very
they
true.
are everywhere. Yeah. Starting right around 10:30, 11 o'clock, they all just start walking around in Fantasyland. All kinds of characters, and they're everywhere. So, and other places too, but there's just a lot of characters in Disneyland, and they're more free roaming than they are in Disney World. Disney World's very organized. They're like in their location, and you go meet them. And Disneyland, they're just kind of like out and about. Right. And you experience them. They're just like, I'll just be walking along and like, there's Alice with like a giant teacup walking by. I was like, oh, okay. There's a Mad Hatter that follows her. There's Captain Hook over there by the Matterhorn. And it's just like, there's just random characters everywhere, which is great. So
yes. And I will say that the best place to find who is currently meeting at each park is just to use your app. So whether you're looking Disneyland DCA or somewhere in Disney World, a lot of those character lines can get pretty long, especially for some of the newer characters like Mirabelle. That line can get pretty long.
Yeah, show up early to the meet and greet times.
Yes.
Don't show up right at the time that it starts, because you'll already be a giant line there and you may not get into it if it's a really popular character.